How's it going, everybody? Doing a drink review here today, and a bit of a gum chewing ramble in the garage. I am going to be reviewing the Wild Cherry and Cream Pepsi. You would have seen this in the pickup video, the haul video. I keep forgetting that the lighting is not the best in here. That third light might pop on that thing. Sometimes it takes a while, but what are you gonna do? It smells pretty good. It's actually pretty good. You get that cream flavor and you get the cherries in there. And it's a nice blend, which I appreciate. I've always had cherry Pepsi and I like it, but this cream flavor that they put into this stuff does pretty well in most sodas, at least. It has a nice kind of aftertaste to it, like follow-up taste, whatever you want to call it. Not that initial, you really get more of the cream at first. And then the cherry kind of flavor comes in afterwards. Not bad. I'm glad about that because I have a 12-pack of it. So if I didn't like it, I'd be like, oh, great. Don't mind that the camera itself is going to try to auto-correct the light. As you can see, it's a problem out here with this in the garage. I'll try to stay closer so it doesn't do as much, but it's hard to when I'm standing. I'm usually naturally bouncing all over the place when I stand up. This is really good, though. I like this. I'd probably go a 9 out of 10 on this one. This is a solid drink. Glad I grabbed it. It's a nice blend. Get the cherry, the Pepsi, and that cream flavor adds to it, I'd say. I'll continue to drink that. Just gonna ramble. I was in the mood to do a review on this. There's no way I was gonna hold off doing a review on this till like Thursday or Friday, so I was like, screw it. I felt like rambling, obviously. I do a lot of rambling. I don't know how long I'm gonna go on this one. Depends about outside sounds as well, because I'm in the garage. You might get someone starts up a lawnmower or something. It probably won't. It's supposed to rain today and it's pretty cloudy and chilly out. I'm going to talk about some channel stuff related things to mainly the shady videos. It's really just going to be more of a shady update, not about my other stuff, but Hockey started the other day. The Islanders lost their first game to Pittsburgh 4-3. Their defenseman Matthew Schaefer is his name, the rookie, the first overall pick. He had a point. They had another rookie, I forget his name, from Russia, I believe. He also had a point. Callum Ritchie didn't play. He's hurt till like the 13th or something. So they lost. I mean, they put up some points. Sorokin, I know their D is still kind of weak, and people are complaining that Schaefer is paired with Scott Mayfield. A lot of people are down on it and have been down on it for a while. But I feel like Sorokin, it's concerning because even just a couple of years ago, he'd be able to kind of bail the team out when the defense was not good. If he's unable to kind of do that consistently enough, it's going to be a problem if the defense sucks. We'll see, though. It was a classic Islanders. They were down 1-0, then they were up 2-1, down. Then it was tied, then they were down 3-2, then it was 3-3, and of course they gave up a goal. It's only one game though, but nice to see him get 3 goals at least. But of course, I gave it 4. I'm kind of glad Schaefer is playing. Just kind of throw him out there. He's overall #1 pick. Your defense isn't fantastic to begin with, so you might as well see what this kid can do. Now, does he stay up the whole year? I don't know. I mean, if he's playing well, I mean, he sure shit will. The Islanders don't have a lot of expectations. I mean, I think they could push for a playoff spot. They typically will. They didn't make it last year, but the 2 years before that, they did make it. You know, they slip into the playoffs. The problem is they're stuck in that zone where they'll either, like after that run, where they made the second round, 18-19, then 19-20, 20-21, they did the conference finals. They lost to the Lightning the 2 times. But they had good playoff runs. And then they missed the playoffs, I think in 21-22. Yeah. And then they made it 2 years in a row. But they're in that zone now where they'll miss the playoffs by like 5 points, or they'll just get into the playoffs by like maybe 2 points. They're like that 85 to like 92 point team. That's the funny thing with them. Like they're not gonna be terrible. I mean, they got lucky getting the first pick last year because they were projected, I think, to get like 12 or 13. They were on the higher end of the teams that missed the playoffs. But then some people were saying it was because they got the All-Star game was taken from them for whatever. I forget, because they're doing the Four Nations thing, or they're doing something. They gave them something else, but they took it and like, oh shit. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. I mean, you could have gave them the second pick too. It doesn't matter, you know. No, you know, they weren't expected to do that, but yeah, it's always fun when hockey starts. Basketball will be starting. The preseason has started. They have this new rule now where like you cannot touch the shooter's hand like after the shot, or like even before, I guess, but like after, you know, sometimes the guy's already got the ball up and then, you know, the guys follow through trying to block it. You can't do that anymore, so now there's gonna probably be like 1,000 free throws per player. It's gonna be ridiculous. But baseball playoffs are going on. Dodgers did beat I think I mentioned this briefly in the Hall video. Dodgers beat the Phillies on the era in one of the runs, 11th inning or something. The Mariners did beat the Tigers 3-2 in 15 innings. So we got Mariners, Blue Jays. That's kind of exciting. I don't mind. Like I said the other day. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I said it in a video that's not going to probably go up for a little bit. That I talked about. I filmed that video, but that's something else. But that's where it was mentioned. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Blue Jays take it, but Mariners would be cool too. So one of those teams is obviously going to make the World Series. And then you got the Dodgers with either against the Brewers or the Cubs. That's going to a Game 5. I would think the Cubs have a better chance against the Dodgers. The Brewers are that team that even when they're good, they struggle to just get the wins in the playoffs and push on in the playoffs. But who knows? It's going to be in Milwaukee, that game. I guess it's tonight. This is going to be going up a little later. I'm filming it's 12:45 on Saturday. But yeah, Shady update vids. I might just kind of start over with the Shady stuff. This thing's annoying. I can't get it to a point like... The third one looks like it wants to come on, it's like partially on. It's because this thing is under. It's hard because the camera is underneath this overhang. There's a second shelf here, and it's like in between the light and the shadow, so it doesn't know how to react. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I might just redo the Shady. Obviously, the old ones will still be there, but I might kind of start from scratch on the Shady videos and kind of make it more, I guess, like coherent and streamlined of a story than how it was, because it was like some of it seemed connected, but then something else. Now, if I do a Shady barber or a Shady, I don't know, whatever, surgeon type thing, those will be their own thing. They won't be part of it. They'll just be their own kind of thing. And then the rest will, I don't know for sure if I'm gonna do that, but it's been on my mind because I want to make it more. What will be more? We're actually not cohesive. Is that the word? We're just like straightforward, streamlined, and actually connected instead of like some of them are connected and then I do something else and I'm like, oh shit. And maybe try to actually keep track of the things in my head so I can kind of build off of them. We'll see though. Or I was thinking like end this run kind of like I did when up in New York and stuff, like, oh, it's ending here, we gotta leave. Same thing here, like, oh, this war or whatever I've had been going on, it's ended now, and now we gotta build up from that and kind of at least maybe that might be the better route, go from there then, so the other ones are still there, and then start up a fresh thing and try to keep it more focused. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, this is good. We are going to see The Strangers Chapter 2 tonight. That movie is reviewing like shit, but we did see the first one was the chapter. I should not say the first one, the Chapter 1, because there's been like 3 others before this. Or even 4, because I think the first one was based off a foreign film. I don't know from where. Yes, the first one was it a French film? I can't remember. It was actually, yeah, that's the one where I think it's just called Them. I think it's based off that, but in that one, it's messed up. It's like kids doing it. At the end, you find out it's like a bunch of kids that like riding their bikes to go to school the following morning. I'm pretty sure that was what the one with Liv Tyler was based off of. And then they had The Strangers Pray at Night. That was pretty good. And I want to say there might have been another one, but maybe not. See that. That was the Chapter 1 was the last movie I should say we saw in New York in Seaford. Before, it was like maybe 2 weeks before we left to come down here. Unfortunately, the Seaford Theater, my friend was telling me, is closed, and that sucks. But that was a good theater. So a lot of movies in that theater over the years. I think I talked about the first movie we saw, and there was the first X-Men movie in 2000. It opened in like July of 2000. That theater, or June. It was, they were after like COVID and stuff, when they shut down the theaters, like that one did not reopen for a couple of years, then it reopened, then it was open for a few years, and then it just shut down. Problem is, it was in like that in between, like it wasn't completely old school. They had like decent seats, they built up decent seats. They do the $5 Tuesday and stuff. I think it's just, they must not have been doing much business. I'm pretty sure Merrick Theater closed too. That was a very small theater. Belmore, I believe, is still there. I don't know about Sayville. Sayville is a small theater. I don't know if that's still there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Theaters in New York, but yeah. What else is going on? Did we watch it? Oh, we watched the last episode of Gen V. That was funny. I was talking about how like Gen V, like, and The Boys, it's so over the top, and it gets played out right after a few seasons. Oddly enough, now the Gen V, the last episode, and even the one before it, mostly, is almost straight. It's actually going down more of a straight. It's serious. Like the whole thing's almost serious. There's not as much like goofy stuff happening, which I can appreciate because any show does that. The goofiness gets to be too much. Oh my god, they're just, there's more gross stuff and perverted weird shit. It's like, it's kind of a little shocking and funny at first, and then it's like 3-4 seasons of it and you're like, dude, alright. I have to finish up Peacemaker. I only watched the first episode of Peacemaker. A lot of people say in Peacemaker, like, they focus too much on certain things and other characters kind of get pushed to the back. I don't know how true that is. I've only seen the first episode, and that one was fine, but still I need to get back into Silo F. Haven't touched it since I did that gameplay. I don't know. Maybe next week I will start to kind of do more of it, play more of it, or whatever. I don't know. shit. Even doing the Scoob gameplay, like, I wasn't even just like feeling it doing that. Like, it's kind of like, fuck, man. Maybe I just do not give a shit about games right now, which is fine. But, it's just kind of like, I need to just sit down and then start playing Silent Hill F again. And kind of see what happens from there, like, if I just continue to play it or whatever. Because I would probably continue to play it. I need to just actually start playing it again. What are you going to do? It happens. Even with the sports cards, I got that box of Skybox, and I haven't gotten anything since. I do have I'm going to film it tomorrow. I was going to film it yesterday, but one of the Blu-rays didn't come, movies from Amazon. They're still doing it. They do these stuff randomly. I always look. They do like buy two, get one free on Blu-rays from time to time, and I like to kind of take advantage of it. And I did. And one of the movies got delayed till tomorrow, Sunday, so I'll wait till that comes and I'll film that tomorrow, probably for Monday. I didn't realize that there is no Premier League this week. I think they're doing the World Cup for 26. They're doing the preliminary rounds or the knockout, whatever. I guess to see what teams are going to be in the World Cup or something. I don't know. But there is no week of Premier League this week. And then I saw Aston Villa's got to play these are 3 games in a row for them. This is a serious test to see what they are. The Tottenham Hotspurs, Manchester City, and then Liverpool. Let's see if they could take a game or two from that, or maybe some draws or something. And then obviously the NFL recap will be up as normal. I kind of like that the Premier League kind of has these random weeks where there's nothing, because it's like, okay, it gives me a break from it. Because sometimes, admittedly, like back-to-back now, doing it a couple of times back-to-back with the recaps, it's just, I hate to say it takes its toll because it sounds stupid, but I just sometimes like doing videos where I'm doing a lot of, it's not like a ramble where I'm just talking about stuff, and it's just like, that's like, I gotta read off the stats and I'm reading stuff, and sometimes it's just my mind doesn't want to deal with it. Same thing like if I'm doing a book reading video, it's the same thing, like it's just different. To do it back to back sometimes is a little annoying or just too much. But the NFL won't be there. Denver's actually in London. I think they're actually playing in the Hotspur Stadium. They're playing the Jets. They should win that game, but of course, after the Eagles, a little preview of the recap coming up. The Eagles lost to the Giants pretty badly too. So maybe the Eagles are fraudulent this year. I don't know. No, they'll still be fine. But Denver will go from beating the Eagles and then they'll lose to the Jets. I think that's technically a Denver home game. It's on a neutral site, obviously. And then they got the Giants after that, I believe, and then somebody else at home. I forget who. If the Denver can get things going, they could run a couple games here. 4 or 5 game win streak would be nice. But it's football. You never know. I gotta cut the lawn. Next week, I'm waiting to cut that top lawn. I don't want to cut it for more than like 4 more times for the season, so I'll wait like 2.5. It's growing tall in spots, but nothing crazy. The main lawn I cut last Saturday, so it's only been a week. I'm going to wait on that for another 5 or 6 days, because it is getting cooler, even though it's going to pop into the mid-70s again later next week. The lawn isn't growing like it was, so that's nice. We did set up our Halloween decorations, a couple of things outside, not much, and then the stuff inside. Like I said, I will have the house to myself, so maybe I'll start up the shady stuff there. You might see, it sounds like I said the shitty stuff. The shady stuff there. Maybe, I do like filming out in the garage. I do enjoy it. It's nice out here. It's just kind of mellow, even though you're getting more sounds from outside. There's a strange mellowness to being in or something. I didn't realize this takes so long to ripen. We had one a couple of months ago, pulled it off, and it was just still completely white on the inside. It did not. You're supposed to give them like 60 to 90 days or some shit. So that one's been out. Those two have been out there for a while. And then I gotta rip out most of the bed that is in those watermelons. There's some other things in there. And I need to rip those out and kind of make that specifically for kind of vegetables or whatever. It's empty. I gotta say though, I was having 9 out of 10 on this wild cherry and cream Pepsi. This is good. I'd recommend it. Oh, this is supposed to, I thought it was supposed to be like a roulette wheel or something. I'm getting gambling vibes from that. Which is, when speaking of gambling vibes, I don't know about you guys when you're watching YouTube videos, in my videos, and usually they'll try to tailor videos towards what the video is. With ASMR, that can be a little harder to do if you're doing like, but if I even, the funny thing is if sports related stuff, sports card related stuff, and other stuff that isn't even sports related, I'm getting so much of the gambling shit from like Bet Something and these other betting websites. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they really jam this down people's throats. DraftKings, maybe, do they do one? I don't know. I keep saying, like, Jesus, I'm like, is there any other ads they show? They really want people to start gambling. I'm just like, skip. Might get into the antique stores tomorrow. I was thinking about today, but I was like, no, maybe tomorrow. I like going to those stores. It's kind of nice and relaxing. I like going into town and like kind of walking around the small area and stuff. It's something I like to do. And you go into these antique places and just walk around looking at stuff. It's kind of relaxing and a bit therapeutic and stuff. I still need to get a video done in the shed. I was in there today pulling the stuff out for the Halloween decorations around the house and stuff. I was like, I really gotta get a video in here. Maybe soon, I don't know. Something else. I might start picking up some starting lineup figures again. I was looking at Funko Pops. The thing I'm looking to buy for the past 5 years. I was looking at a few that you see them on Amazon. I want to get the ones that are like $12 and under. I was looking at the Scooby-Doo villains, and the cheapest ones you can find are like $20. Some of them are like over 100. It's like, no. But some of the other ones are like $20. Hold on 1 second. I had a fart there. You might be hearing the freezer over there too. I do want to kind of write this down. I always get, like, I see the starting lineups I have. Always excited to like get those because those are cheap. I used to have a ton of them when I was a kid, especially football. I had a ton of football and a ton of baseball. I only had one hockey one back then. It's the one I still have, the Brett Hull. I got it in '93. I want to say I might have gotten that one when I was in Canada a couple of years later. It's when I got my Ken Griffey Jr. one too up in Niagara Falls. But I had I had some basketball, not a ton of basketball, but I did have some basketball. I had a lot of baseball, a lot of football. The funny thing, the Antique Collectors Mall had two of the 1988 ones. They had Olajuwon and I think it was Del Curry. Steph Curry's dad. They're probably gone by now. Maybe not though. If I'm in there tomorrow, maybe I'll grab one. And I gotta ask, I always mean to and I never do. When I'm in there, they have glass cases too in this place. And there's one that has like 4 Game Boy games, and I can only see the top one. It's Tetris. I need to just ask them to open the case up, and just so I can see what the other ones are. Something I'm interested in. Every time I'm in there, I'm like, oh, and then I don't ask. Yeah, this is not going to go much longer because I'm feeling it. I'm not going to say that. That's gross. You only get a small portion of that weird, gross, some of the stuff I say on here. I'll try to get about 30 minutes, though. I don't consider that long, but it's solid. In my own mind, I'm like, it's got to be like 40 to 45 minutes, realistically, is what I consider like a long ramble. You could throw 40 minutes in there, too, but... yeah, I gotta cut the lawn. Gotta do some other stuff too. Oh, hold on a second. I don't think this is gonna make 30 minutes. I'm gonna stop. With the camera still running. I should just go in there, come back out like 5 minutes later. I'm back. Enjoy the sounds of the garage and the outside. I'm kind of excited though to do that with the shady videos. Kind of start either completely fresh or have it where I'll update it, be like, okay, the battle's over, everything's gone. We got to start building up, type of thing too. Because I do want to make it more just streamlined, like episodic in a way. But but I need to know and I need to write this stuff down. And another thing, I don't know if I'll ever try it again. I did try it a second time down here. The whodunit type thing I was doing, where I was gonna have like you guys would kind of guess. I went to it again. It didn't work. If anything, if I try to do that again, I might actually delete those other videos. I did 2 the first time in New York and then 1 down here. I don't know. That's when I need to focus better. I did have stuff written down, but I need to try to focus better on that. That would be kind of fun. Because I think focusing the shady stuff would get me a little more motivated to do more of the videos. If I'm kind of like, oh, this time I can do this and this happens and stuff like that. And I might do a goofy kind of throwback for the season, the Halloween season, vid that I used to do back. Because somebody commented, I forgot I uploaded this video. It was an old video from my other channel back in the day. I forgot I had put it on here too. It was involving a GameCube. And I had a super amount of fun. I remember making that video. That was probably 2009 I made that video. It was so fun to do. But that wasn't the one, but if there was other ones in that series I was doing. And I might try to do another thing like that here. It'd probably be filmed on my phone. Back then I was filming it with a flip camera. If you remember those. They were pretty cool. I like that thing. That's how I filmed all my videos back then on that other channel. It was through the flip cam. I've been asked about, the problem is I'd have to get a card reader. The, brushing the camera. I used to do those videos on here with the actual digital camera, so I was brushing that camera. I don't know if it would be the same, unless I want to do it without the mic and do it with the microphone on this camera. I actually could probably do that and see how it sounds through the camera on here with the brushing of the camera and stuff. Maybe I'll try that. Because I remember that first one I did, and even a few other ones were extremely popular. And then the problem is, like, things change, I've talked about this, like, my, barbershop videos were the shit 4 or 5 years ago. Now they still view all right and they have some staying power, but they do not view like they used to. That's part of the reason I kind of like want to do another Crane on Sam. But like, is this video not going to do anything? And then all of a sudden, different videos now are more hopping, than they were then. Some videos always view poorly. Some videos always view well. I try to go with the flow on that front too. Another thing with YouTube right now, it's annoying. I don't know if anybody else makes videos. If you've watched this long, the comments right now are weird. A ton of them are not showing up. I have to go to newest to just see them, but I think you guys are seeing them because I've seen, although you could just hit newest too when you watch the video to see them, because I've seen people reply to other people's comments, and I'm like, okay, maybe they saw it, or they're getting multiple likes, the comments. But it's not having the comments just disappear after I respond to them. So I can now see the ones I haven't responded to. Now there's just a shit ton of comments, and I'm trying to dig through older ones that I'm trying to find. So if I missed any comments here, that's the reason. Because I can't see all of them. I do not have my notifications set up because I would get a bunch. And then so sometimes I definitely don't see the responses to, when I respond to a comment, some response. I don't see that a lot of the time. I do reply to some of them and leave a heart sometimes. That little heart they threw in there is the little, just leave that. So it makes it seem like you did something right to the comment. You acknowledge the comment. I call it a little lazy, but unless you have hundreds of comments and you don't want to sit there for 2 hours responding. The funny thing is, if I had, and even the videos I have gotten, in some videos I'll get like 60, 70 comments. It's rare, but specific ones typically do it. I will respond to all of them. The only ones I don't is when I do before I do a Q&A. And when I have the questions one, I just heart those. I don't want to respond to, because what I'm going to say, thanks for the, I say thanks for voting on most of the ones. On the other one where I could just put one thing that just says, hey, thanks everybody for voting. Which I do need to do the other part of that soon as well. That's Hogwarts Legacy versus Sackboy for the PS4, and Hogwarts is on the PS5. But it's it's fun. I like making the vids. Sometimes I love to get more heavy hitters out. Because I like the views. Views equal this. But like I said, if something's, kind of like the Scoob gameplay was not doing well, so I'm like, okay, let me get another video up, and I end up putting up the next cover art tournament video. I have to do that. But I also don't like to do that a lot too. I don't want to double up on videos constantly because I'm just putting up more videos. I spam enough to begin with. I'm getting a video up every day. Throwing up 2, fine. But I've also been a little just kind of I'm not filming like I was. My schedule's all over the place now. Like I was usually getting up 9 a.m. But I think yesterday's video went up at like 1. I had a couple go up at like 4, 12, and stuff. So I'm a little. But it's just I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I'll make a video now. I'm not. So you'll probably see that correct itself to where I get them up to a normal time again, or I'd say a normal time, but they're all going up the same time every day, unless I do double videos. See, that sometimes if I do a double video, I like to let that second video at least get more time before I throw a video up the next day. But yeah, the comments, it's weird. I don't know if anybody else has a problem with that. Like, they're all just jumbled up. They're not put in order, too, which is weird. Like, you'll see 2 new comments come out on a video. And then, like, a third comment will come up on that video. But it will be below other comments on other videos. It's weird. Like, it's the way that... I don't know why it's doing that. It's annoying, though. And I don't know what it is with hyping videos for me. I can do it under my other name, the other buried under cliche's name. I gotta go on my iPad and I do it on there. I should almost try to do it on my phone because I can't even I told you I can't, on my phone, I can't hide videos. No, I can't go to a comment or go to a video. It's not in the comment section when you hit the little thing to the side. There's no hype button. And when I go onto the iPad under the slip into shadows, I can't hype there either, but I can hype under the other one. Why are they not letting the slip into shadows hype videos? It's weird. I don't know why that is. I've been trying to figure it out, but nothing comes up for it when I look it up. Because that's the thing. I'm like, oh, let me just sign it to slip into shadows on the iPad and hype some videos through there. Because I was hyping videos through Buried in the Cliches. I'm like, okay, I essentially have 6 hypes instead of 3 because I have 2 names. I sign out of that one, sign into the other one. It's not there. The hype button's gone. That's when I do it on Buried in the Cliches. It says, I think it's in between like download and thanks, the super thanks thing. It's hype. Not there on Buried in. It's nowhere. It's weird. I don't know why they won't let me do it. I thought, like, I know you have to hit a thing to say people can hype your videos. Is there like something you have to hit? That wouldn't make sense because I wouldn't have done it on my other channel. I don't know. Whatever. It's annoying, but I keep forgetting about the hype thing anyway. Like everything else. I just forget like 2 minutes after. But it's like I do want it. I go into Buried in the Cliches. I got 3 hypes. I throw them out there to videos. Sometimes I'll do 2 on a video. 1 video, or and then 1 on another. I feel like doing 3 from 1 video, or I'll go 1. I was like, oh cool, I have another 3 now with this channel. And then it's like, no, you can't hype. We're not going to tell you why. You try to look up why, and it's like you get nothing. So if anybody cannot hype videos, or I should say, I know there's other people that saying they don't have it as well, but if you have other ones where you can hype, like you have 2 channels and one can hype, one can't, let me know, because I thought it would. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just a phone thing on Android. I'll sign in onto the iPad. Oh, I can do it under one name, but not this one? I don't know. This is going longer now. Let's get a little weather update. Is it raining? Because it ain't. Oh, we got a nor'easter threat, heavy wind rains. We might get some of that here. It's just annoying. I love when like YouTube like brings out a new feature and you're like, oh, this is gonna be cool, and it just does not run properly or smoothly. Yeah, it's annoying, but what are you gonna do? I can go a little longer now. My has subsided. That bought me some minutes talking about that. Yeah. I wonder if maybe, I don't know if it's going to be out yet or it's going to be out in a couple weeks, the latest edition of the Upper Deck hockey cards. But I think those blasters are like $25 to $30 now. They used to be 20, and then they slowly crept up in price. That's what the companies will say. They'll be like, oh, inflation, we gotta raise the price of our products to make up for, the inflation. But somehow they raise the prices, and even with the inflation and everything else going on, they still end up making record profits somehow. Oh, we had record profits this quarter. Well, interesting, because I thought you had a bump. So you bumped the price, and everybody's like, oh, let's buy more. It's more expensive. I want to buy more now. Just be like, hey, man, here's a good reason for us to throw up the price and make more money for ourselves. Why don't you just say that? Although, no. I don't think the tariffs would affect the cards. Because we're not getting, the cards are made here. I think they are. Maybe they aren't. I don't think that wouldn't affect anything here. It'd be more for other countries trying to get them. Already freaking back in my day. No, seriously, but back when I was a kid, like a box of cards typically was like $50, $60. I remember buying like upper deck boxes back in the day, like 90, 91, 92, and they were like $50, $60. And that was a lot back then. You know, that 60 now is like almost a double. You know, it's like $120 in you know, motorcycle maybe. But some, you know, these other ones, it's just like, back then you'd get like 36 packs to even sometimes 48. And it'd be like 12 to like 16 cards in a pack, maybe even more. I don't know. Oh, that is a lawnmower. All right, I gotta turn this off because that's a landscaping lawnmower. Oh, maybe not. Why'd that sound like it's right here? I don't know. You know, I hear a sound and sometimes it sounds like it's like coming from there, back there, or over here, or even down the street. But yeah, it's like, you used to get so many cards back then. Now, I mean, you still, like, I got that Heritage retail box, and you got, I think it was 24 packs. There's 9 cards a pack, which is still solid enough. But it's not like it used to be. Like, I feel like even get a blaster box, I feel like you're just like, it's not, for me personally, this is coming from someone who was getting the cards when I was a kid in the late 80s, mid 80s, into the mid 90s. I would buy cards more, I say more early 90s, and I kind of stopped, and I would pick up stuff here and there throughout the rest of the 90s. It's just like, even when you got a regular pack, you were getting like, you know, like, oh, 15 cards. I mean, of course, back then the packs were like, you know, 75 cents, maybe somewhere like $1. But it's kind of funny to like be like, it just keeps going up, and Upper Deck hockey's weird too. Like I think now you get 48 cards. You get 4 packs at 12 cards in a blaster, 48. I'm pretty sure you used to get like 60 to 70 cards in a blaster of Upper Deck. Maybe it was like 8 cards at 8 packs. God, I feel like it was 60. Was it always 48, or am I wrong? That's why cards are annoying. That's another thing that's a gamble too. I watch a lot of sports card stuff now. And it always has been gambling. You're buying packs hoping, and now you're just buying packs hoping to get hits. You know, big hit. I still don't do that. Like, if I get something like I got that Ohtani and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But I'm not going in expecting that. I'm getting those Heritage cards because I kind of want to build the set, which these days is kind of stupid, but I like doing it. I don't know if that noise is soothing. I'm going to let this go to about 40. I'm at 43 minutes. Let's go to 45 minutes. So I can call it a long ramble. Not an hour long ramble, but it's still a long ramble. That's got to be the guy back there. The guy across the street from us, he pretty sure has one yesterday. It's funny, I forgot it yet. I was done filming the video, but I had forgotten again about the generator going on. I keep forgetting that this thing goes on. It does its 5-minute weekly test. And it's like 12:09 on Friday. Yeah. I mean, that could be coming from down there, but I don't know. Maybe because the trees are falling off. No, it's gotta be back there. So the trees are falling off. The leaves are falling off the trees, so you get a little more sound. It's less leaves and stuff to block the sound. Yeah, you're still gonna see the Halloween videos. The rest of the kind of spooky videos, whatever you want to call them, are gonna happen more next week and then the week after. Or whatever. But yeah. So just another review. Drink review, 9 out of 10 on this Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream Soda. This is good. I like this quite a bit, actually. Get it if you can. It's good if you like sodas. If you like cherry and cream and Pepsi. And yeah, and just a long ramble here about the usual stuff. There's a little video game stuff, cards, sports, some movie shit, and then some other crap in there as well. But channel related stuff as well. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. And